You probably think of Starbucks as warm, inviting, a haven for early risers and night owls alike. A place where your name is scribbled onto a paper cup and your order is remembered with a smile. But behind the sweet scent of espresso and vanilla syrup, something darker brews. The following stories are based on chilling accounts from employees and patrons across the country. They sound unbelievable, even impossible. But every detail was shared by someone who swore it happened. If you ever find yourself working a closing shift, ordering at an empty store, or glancing into the mirror behind the bar, pay attention. Some cups aren't meant to be filled. And some names should never be called. Story number 1, The Closer. Jake was 22, a business major, and like most broke college students, he needed a job that worked around his schedule. He landed a barista gig at a 24-hour Starbucks near downtown Chicago. It wasn't glamorous, but the late shifts meant less traffic and better tips. The manager, Claire, had warned him about the night shifts. "We've had a few incidents," she said vaguely during training. When Jake pressed for details, she only said, "We don't schedule anyone alone past midnight anymore." For a while, everything was fine. The 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift was quiet. Occasionally, a drunk patron or a rideshare driver would shuffle in. But mostly, it was silent. Peaceful, even. Until the night she arrived. It was 3:47 a.m., and Jake was restocking napkins when he heard the door chime. He looked up and saw a woman standing at the register. Pale skin. Wet hair clinging to her face. Her dress looked like it had been soaked in rainwater. But there hadn't been a drop of rain that day. Tall black coffee. "No room," she said. Her voice was flat. Like she was reciting a script. Jake moved to the machine. When he turned around with the cup in hand, she was gone. He looked toward the door. It hadn't opened. No footsteps. No sound. But there was something on the counter where she'd stood. A puddle. Jake grabbed a towel but paused when he felt how cold it was. Ice cold. Almost burning. And it wasn't water. It was thick. Salty. He wiped it up and brushed it off. Maybe he imagined her. Maybe he was tired. But then it happened again. The next night. And the next. Same woman, same time. Same order. She never paid. Never touched the coffee. By the third night, Jake checked the cameras. What he saw made his blood run cold. There was no woman. Just him, walking to the register, speaking aloud to no one, holding out a cup. The timestamp on the footage froze for exactly 3 minutes and 47 seconds. When he asked Claire about it, she went pale. "That used to be Lila's shift," she said. Lila had vanished 6 months prior. Right after clocking out. Security footage lost 3 minutes. Police never found her. Jake considered quitting. But curiosity kept him tethered. On the 7th night, the woman returned. This time, she didn't vanish. She waited. Stared. Until the lights flickered. The espresso machine hissed. "You forgot my name," she said. Jake backed away. She reached out and touched his arm. Ice spread through his veins. He collapsed. When he woke up, he was lying in the supply closet. His apron was gone. So was his name tag. He walked to the counter. A cup was waiting for him. On it, scrawled in thick black marker, "Yours." Story number 2, The Mirror Shift. Lily had always liked early mornings. Opening shifts gave her the entire afternoon to herself. Her store, a sleek Starbucks in Portland, had just undergone renovations. Most notably, corporate had installed a massive mirror behind the espresso bar. Floor to ceiling. Modern. Clean. Everyone hated it. "It's like being watched," another barista whispered. But Lily didn't care. She was efficient and fast and didn't believe in ghost stories. Until she began to notice the reflections. It started subtly. A customer walking behind her. Except no one was there. A figure seated by the window. Empty booth. Movements out of sync. Glimpses of herself making drinks she wasn't making. One morning, she saw herself in the mirror. Smiling. Except she wasn't. Her reflection blinked. But she hadn't. She backed away, heart racing. The mirror version of her kept smiling. The lights above the bar buzzed. Then popped. When she turned back, the reflection was gone. But a message had been written in steam across the glass, "Welcome back." She told her manager. He brushed it off. Probably a prank. Kids get in sometimes. But things escalated. Cups fell off shelves. Cold spots followed her. And every morning at 5:12 a.m., the same thing happened. Her reflection would look at her. And wave. One day, she refused to look. But she saw the motion in her periphery. She turned. Nothing. Then the overhead speaker crackled to life. "Why won't you wave back, Lily?" she screamed. Quit the next day. But the story didn't end. Her replacement, Marcus, took over opening shifts. He laughed off her warnings. 3 days in, he stopped showing up. Police found his car. Phone. Keys. But not Marcus. Inside the store, written on the mirror in what looked like dried espresso, Marcus. In reverse. Story number 3, the mobile order. Eli had been managing his rural Nevada Starbucks for 3 years. He'd seen weird stuff, raccoons in the dumpster, high school kids daring each other to order in accents. But nothing prepared him for Leland. It started with a glitch. 4:04 a.m. A mobile order came in. Name, Leland. Drink, venti blood orange refresher. Time, 4:04 a.m. But the store didn't open until 6. The order repeated the next morning. And the next. No payment. No pickup. Just a sticker. The baristas joked. Made the drink and tossed it. Then one day, the cup went missing. No one saw it taken. They checked the footage. The drink levitated. Just floated away. Eli stopped laughing. He dug into old logs. And found a report from 2013. A customer named Leland was killed in a freak accident, hit by a truck in the drive-thru. His time of death? 4:04 a.m. His last order? Blood orange refresher. Eli started making the drink. Leaving it on the counter. Just in case. One night, a barista forgot. That morning, the sticker read, name, Eli. Drink, decaf Sol, no return. He quit that day. But Leland still orders. Every single morning. Coffee brings people together. But late at night, or early in the quiet dark, it can stir something else. Something that watches. Something that waits. These stories might sound impossible. But every barista has one tale they never forget. One moment that keeps them up at night. Next time you hear your name called, just make sure it's really for you. And if you order a blood orange refresher at 4:04 a.m., don't turn around.